Okay, so welcome back. I hope that you have practiced the concept of map. Okay, so now let's solve some practice questions on map. So let me give you question number 2, I would say. So converting a list of strings to uppercase. Okay, so I will give you a list of strings and you have to convert each of those individual strings to uppercase. Okay, so what functionality I have to apply over every function? The upper function, right? So how can I do that? So let me take a list. Let's say A equals to, or I should say words. Let's give a better name. Words equals to, let's say Aditya Jain Python. Okay, Aditya Jain Python. I want you to convert each of these individual strings to uppercase and store it in a new list. So the output that I'm expecting is like this: Aditya Jain and Python. Okay, so this is the output that I'm expecting. So you guys should try it, right? What do? I have to simply apply upper function on every element of the list. Okay, so again I will make use of lambda functions to write one-liner code. So I'll say uppercased words equals to map this function, so map lambda x and x dot upper, okay, over what? Over words. So see, lambda function will take each word at a time, each element of the string as at a time as the value x, and then it will store this x dot upper in your list, okay, by using the concept of map. So you just have to typecast this to get into the list format, okay, and then finally you can print your uppercase words. As simple as it sounds. So see, Aditya Jain Python, exact same output that we were expecting. Okay, you can simply copy this code. You can simply copy this code and you can do this for lowercase. Okay, how can you do this for lowercase? Okay, simply here you will change the functionality that you have to apply on every element. Okay, so see, Aditya J small, P small, A small, it is working as fine as it sounds. Okay, perfect. So I hope that you are understanding these concepts. Now let's solve one more question. Okay, let's solve one more question. So question number 3. Okay, generating squares, or let's say generating cubes of numbers from 1 to 5. Now why I'm taking this example? Because I want to tell you that you can actually create a list at the runtime by making use of the range function. Okay, for example, how I'll write code, I'll say cubes equals to map lambda x, and x is just a variable name, you can use any number, and x to the power 3. Now I don't have a list. First of all, I can actually create a list. A equals to range 1 to 6. Okay, 1 to 6, so that I have all the elements from 1 to 5. Okay, and then I can put a here, and then I can put a here, and I can print cubes by first typecasting this to list, right? Correct? As simple as that. 1 cube, 2 cube, 3 cube, 4 cube, 5 cube. But what I want to tell you is that instead of doing this as a shortcut, what you can do is you can simply create this list at runtime over here. You can simply create this list at runtime over here, and you don't need this. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm trying to further minimize the number of lines of code and writing it in a crisp and clean manner. Okay, so it also does the exact same task. Okay, if you want to print the squares, copy this. Okay, just change the functionality you have to apply, and this is how you can play around with very simple functions. So map is actually mapping a function to every value of the list. Okay, so this is how you need to think, and you can do this with tuples as well. please try to play around with it. Okay, so I hope that this was useful. See you in the next session where I'll talk about the concept of filter. Okay.